Hi, friends. Welcome to episode number 2 of our demand planning app series. In this episode, we will discuss in detail about how to import data into the demand planning app and how we can establish the connection with Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation. Make sure that you are subscribing to the channel D365 Talks or follow my profile in LinkedIn. With that note, let's quickly jump into today's topic. So let's quickly get into the topic without much further delay. And in the previous episode number 1, already we discussed about this overview of demand planning and the setup and installation processes. So in this episode number 2, we will discuss in detail about the data import process with the demand planning app. So make sure that you are watching episode number 1 before coming to this episode number 2. So, so why do we import the data into demand planning app, right? So first thing is we want to give the historical data or yours that could be your sales data or is there any of the customer related information which you want to feed to the demand planning app in order to kind of get the signals, right? And historically like whatever the sales which you have done in the past and that could be specific to a product or site or warehouse and depending on what are the prices which you have used and all other informations you primarily need to import those data into into the demand planning application. And the demand planning app at least provides you with the option to integrate with Dynamics 365 F&O, and you can also upload the data from any of the CSV files, and also with any of the Excel, like if you have any simple Excel tables like which you have imported from any of your third party systems, and you just want to simply upload this information into demand planning app, you can still do that. Or you can also establish connection with Azure Data Lake, and of course there are other sources by which you can run the Power Query and then get the data from other systems as well. And in this video, we'll primarily see how we get the data from Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation. And also as part of this you have to create the import profile. I'll quickly help you understand what an import profile, how it looks like in the system, but it will help you to create all these data into multiple import profiles, so planners when they actually run the forecasting, right, they will be able to use these data from the import profiles, and based on which they can generate the forecast. And just purely from operational perspective, these are reusable imports which primarily reduces the manual work. Let's say if you have any of the data which you want to use for your regular planning purposes, right, you just simply upload all those data files into the system or establish the connection using the Power Queries, and it's a one time activity, and basically it will be done by your administrator or your planning lead. And then the planners, especially when they are generating the forecast, they can make use of these at any point in time. And also you also have the option in demand planning to schedule these runs. I will also touch upon that in this video. So now how do we do this, like, right? That's an important question. So you can create multiple import profiles, and that's a starting point, but in order to create those you have to run the power queries that could be in the form of the Excel, CSV, or establish a connection to an external system and fetch data from those systems where you have those sales data or any other data like that. And you have to establish a connection to the system, and you also have the opportunity to add or edit the existing entities, because adding the mapping of the fields is very important, using which only the system will be able to generate the forecast, and you can schedule the jobs and run the jobs as and when needed. So the most important point is in the demand planning app, it's help you to build a collection of import profiles, and each profile import data from a specific external source into one or more specific tables in dynamic demand planning. So you can create this multiple import profiles and get the data into demand planning. The idea is to get the data inside the demand planning app. And like I said, this activity could be performed by your planning manager or system admin, and get that initial data sets ready so that the forecasters can primarily make use of these profiles in order to perform any of the planning and forecasting analysis, right? So let's quickly get into the system. So we already saw how we can navigate into the system, right? And also one more setup, at least from the finance and operation perspective, make sure that you are adding the client ID. If you go to system administration and in the demand planning app parameters, you should be able to see the URL and the client ID. Make sure that you are adding the environment specific client ID in the planning demand planning parameters under system admin. So once you have done that, you have the list of options here under the data management tab. You can see the option to import. Of course, you can also refer to the videos which are provided out of the box, like import of data. I'm just going to share the same set of informations, and these are videos given for out of the box solution itself. So let's go and start looking at the import section. So this is where you can import the data into demand planning app. I click on import, and then so in this case, already I've started establishing a connection, but I'll try to do another connection for the system. I'll click on new, and so once I click on new, I can see the various Power Query providers like we saw in this slide. It could be CSV, it could be Excel, or through the data lake, or you can go for any other additional connections as well. So in this case, we will go with finance and operation apps. And the moment I click on finance and operation apps, it will take me to a wizard experience. And so in this wizard experience, so first let me add the name D365 uh, Digital Talks Test TP. So this is the name, and you can also provide a description. So once you provide the name, the next button is enabled. I'll click on next, and then I have to configure the connection for the Microsoft Dynamics 365 operations finance and operations app. How do we do that? We just have to paste the connection URL. So if I go back to finance and operation, I'll just simply copy the URL of the page, and I'll put it over here. So if the URL is right, the connection will be established automatically, and you can also see the next button is enabled. But let's say if the URL is incorrect, then you will obviously get the message like finance and operation instance could not be reached, because from the demand planning app it has to reach the finance and operation. So either we have to ensure that please ensure that the provider URL is valid and access setup is correctly in the Microsoft Entra ID application. So even if you want to check it in finance and operation, you can check Microsoft Entra. If you type Microsoft Entra, right? Uh, so if you go to system admin setup, you'll get this option where you have to establish the Microsoft Entra ID connection as well. So in this case, I have already established for demand planning app and assigned the user ID as well in this case. So in case if you have not done that, so first make sure that you are providing the appropriate URL. If not, then you have to check whether the Entra ID applications are correctly matched. So I'll just simply delete this. Uh, So now the URL is appropriate. I don't expect to get that error. And the next button is also enabled. I can click on next. So in this section, like as we saw in the PowerPoint, we need to establish the entity selection. Like you can edit existing entities. Like for example, I can select the existing entity. I can edit the mapping. And in this case, like already we have correct mappings for the records. I don't think we need to map, but for some reasons I can see some of them are not mapped, but that's fine. I don't. For example, journal line number, journal data ready. So I could not find the equivalent match, but that's fine. I'll keep that as it is. But inventory quantity, journal number, record ID, I can see the fields are already mapped. Poster data time, product variant ID, product type. So all of these are existing items which are already mapped. So I'm not going to change any of those. That's totally fine. I'll click on cancel. But in case if you want to add additional data entities, right, you have to click on add entity. And then in this page, you'll have the list of all the entities applicable. And you have to select the resource. You can see the list of all the data entities over here. All you have to do is you have to select the appropriate data entity and get the mapping to with the target entity as well, so that the entity will be mapped in this selection grid. And you can also enable or disable the synchronization which happens for those entities. At this stage, I'm not going to disable any of those. I'll simply click on next. And you can also set the recurrence of to run this import profile in order to match the entities, right? So you can keep it as a recurring this thing. If I keep it on recurring, I need to set the recurrence, how often I need to repeat, but I'll try to keep it as none. But you can change this at a later point in time as well. I'll also show you how to do that. I'll click on next, and this page will help me to quickly review the details, and it's a very simple 5-step process. I'll click on review and finish. So this will create an import profile. I'll go back to import. Now you can see that D365 talks test DP, so there is a separate import profile is created, and this is today's date. I'll click on this import profile, and from here as well, like I can see the summary information. I can go to the configured provider, and so here as well I can see the existing entities, or if I want to add any entities I can also do that again. And I can, if I want to run the schedule once again, I can come here, I can change the schedule into recurring this thing, and based on the recurrence which I have set, the jobs will be run. And if I get to the jobs at any point in time, it will show me the history of records. So here, at least since we just created this, we don't have any history. But let me go back, and like I will try to pick. I think I have to go back again. So let's say if I go back to the active import profiles, right? I'll click on the one which I have established already. If I go to the job, I can see the list of all the previous jobs which I've run, and that's completed, right? So some of them are failed. At any point in time, I will be able to know when the job run, and whether it is actually imported or not. So your import profiles will have the appropriate data from the respective systems from which you have established the connection. So that's how you will be able to import data into demand planning app. In this case, we have just created an import profile. You can also feel free to try out by creating an import profile using an Excel, or maybe with a CSV. Maybe in the next video we'll try starting off with creating an import profile with a CSV. Maybe I'll try to come up with some inflation data and try to add it in the CSV file, and probably then we'll move forward without that. So with that, I think we kind of understood the topic of how to import data in demand planning app, and we're coming to end of this episode. Make sure that you're subscribing to the channel D3 Talks, or follow my profile in LinkedIn. See you soon in the episode number 3. Thank you.